Hey guys, and welcome back to another art video. This is my guinea pig Jerry, and today he is going to be choosing my art supplies. So let's go over to the floor to see how that's going to work. So the way that this is going to work is that I have a bunch of sticky notes on the floor, and I'm going to put a snack by them, and whatever snack he goes towards and eats will be the option that he chose. So up here with the pink sticky notes, it says horse, cat, dog, and human, and that is going to be the character that we are going to be drawing in this picture. And in the blue sticky notes, it says aquatic, pastel, snowy, and woodland. That's going to be the theme of the drawing. Down at the bottom with the green sticky notes, it says graphite pencil, washable marker, keyboard markers, which is alcohol-based marker, but I didn't feel like getting my phone and looking up how to spell alcohol, pen and colored pencil, and actually I am going to take out, I think, the graphite pencil, just so that it's an even amount, because we're going to be doing 2 at a time, and whatever one he picks from the first round will be entered into, like, another round. I don't know. You'll see how it works later on. So, yeah, I'm going to put the same snack by each so that we know that he's picking it just because of the option, not because of whatever treat he likes better. So now let's get the guinea pig in here and let's see what my fate for this drawing will be. So this is the first option that I'm going to be giving him. It is pen versus colored pencil. By the way, this is going to determine what I color the picture with. I'm going to be doing the sketching and the line art process the same. I have a little chunk of grape on each for the treat, so let's see what one he goes for. So here we are. He sees him. Okay, oh, what was he going for? The pen. Okay, then. So pen, that pretty much means... I'll take this other one away from him. That pretty much means gel pen, then, if we're doing coloring. I'm gonna have to do some really little designs, I guess, then. Let's hope he chooses something a little easier to do some smaller designs with. There's no more now, is it? Okay, next up. We've got keyboard markers versus washable markers. Let's see what one he chooses for this one. Alright, he's going for washable marker. He's always going for the one on the left. I wonder if that has anything to do with, like, how I'm moving him a little closer the direction I'm moving him in. Okay, no, you can only have one. I'm sorry. He looks so let down now. Let's see what one he goes for this elimination round. And versus washable marker, the final round. What are we going to get to color with? I hope he chooses washable marker. It's still going to be kind of streaky, but it will definitely not be as bad as if I have to color the whole drawing with a gel pen. Okay, let's see. Don't eat... Oh my gosh, he's eating the pen one. No! Why? What do you have to say for yourself? For doing this to me? I feed you. I let you live in my room, and this is how you repay me. Next up is aquatic and woodland. Let's see what theme he chooses for this pen drawing that he made me do. And he chose the left one again. Okay, so aquatic it is for the theme, to go into the next round at least, unless he picks something else other than it. The next 2 themes are snowy and pastel. Oh my gosh, I think he's just drawn to the left one more. It's a good thing he didn't choose pastel, though, because all the gel pens that I have are super saturated, so it would have been pretty hard to do a pastel theme. Alright, so now it is snowy up against aquatic. Aquatic. Oh my gosh! He went right to the aquatic.
Oh no, don't eat the paper.
Okay, so it looks like we're doing an aquatic themed drawing with pen. You don't get this other grape, I'm sorry. So this is dog versus human. Oh, he went to the right. Is he gonna eat it? He ate it! Okay! Human is in the running. Good to know. We're going to possibly do a human. So this is cat versus horse. I put his vitamin C tablet down as the treat. The cat! Alright. Now is cat versus human the final round? Oh? Cat. Okay, so now we have all of the things chosen. It's going to be an aquatic themed cat done with a pen. What have you done? What have you done? So now here I am in my sketchbook drawing that aquatic cat with pens that my guinea pig has so very kindly chosen for me. So yeah, like I said before, the sketching process and the lining process are going to be the same. The only thing I'm changing is the fact that I am going to be coloring it in with pens instead. So as you can see here, I'm drawing a little cat, like just kind of floating there, and his tail is like a big splash of water. I really like the way that I did the front paw, not the one in the back, but the one in the front. The front paw that is facing towards you and not actually on the other side of the cat that is facing away from you, if that makes any sense. I just like the way that I did it. I don't know. So now I'm adding little water splotches to the feet and the tips of the ears. And I'm starting on the background with some seaweed like in the foreground to make the cat look like he's more in the middle as opposed to him just looking like he's straight up in the front. And while I'm doing this, I just wanted to take a quick second to just thank you guys, because right now, as I am recording this audio, I have 27 subscribers, and it was just like a month ago where I had 20. So I just really wanted to thank you guys, and I've been getting such nice comments on my videos lately. So yeah, just thank you guys so much. I do these videos because I think they're fun, but of course it does really help to have people who are just being so kind to me. So yeah, I do have a 30 subscriber special planned, and I'm hoping that it'll be entertaining for you guys when we do reach 30. So yeah, just thank you guys. And now I am drawing the background with some more little seaweed and a little rock up here in the front. And I'm changing some things around because I feel like in the background I always kind of do like a mountain type of thing. So I did a big rock instead, and I am going to put the seaweed back on, I believe. I don't know, I can't really remember honestly. So now I'm just adding these little simplistic fishy little guys. And yeah, just adding some more things to the background, like that little coral structure, and just making it a little more interesting. So here I am starting the line art process for my drawing, and I do line in like color. I just make it a darker color than what I would color it in with. So even though I don't exactly have the largest selection of gel pens to choose from, it could be assumed the color that I was going for from me just lining it in that color. So yeah, I did accidentally color in that front paw that I was so proud of. I realized that I should have left sections of it unlined because that seaweed was meant to go over top of it. So unless the seaweed was like semi-transparent, it wouldn't really make any sense for the paw to be in front of it. But I mean, yeah, I just shortened the seaweed later on to make it make a little more sense, even though it wasn't really preferable. I did kind of want it to be reaching up and covering some parts of the character, but it's not that big of a deal, really. So now I am lining that big wave tail, and if you see the camera shaking around at all, that's just because it was resting on my bed, and my siblings were like jumping around on it sometimes. So yeah, hopefully that is not too distracting. So yeah, I'm just lining the character with a bunch of different colors, and I added yellow to the eyes. I was wondering maybe if I could do orange, because the character is blue and orange is complementary to blue, of course. But I did yellow instead because I recently made a character for a Minecraft skin competition, and she had yellow eyes, and I thought it looked really cool. So yeah, I just thought that maybe it would look cool for this character as well. now I am starting on the process of coloring in this picture with the gel pens, and I'm doing that by adding patterns in the big spaces. As you can see, the little seaweed design that I did on the cat's cheek, I just colored in normally because it was small, but the big seaweed in the front, I am doing this little like cross pattern in it just to fill in the space. And I'm going to be doing that with all of the big areas of this picture just so that it's not super streaky. And I'm coloring in little sections of the crosses on the seaweed. I'm not really sure how that came out, but I like how I added a little more color to it, but it just kind of looks a little weird because I just feel like there's not enough of the color, and you'll see that later on I go back and add more color to more of the squares, but it's just kind of weird because there's no real pattern to it. It's just plopping down color wherever I feel like it needed it. So yeah, now I'm adding more of the things, and I added little polka dots in the pink rock down there, and this took kind of a long time, adding the little patterns to every single little tiny thing everywhere. It was pretty time consuming, and it did hurt my hand a lot afterwards. I colored in the eyebrow completely again because it's just really small. So yeah, now I am just adding little designs to the sand down at the bottom, and this is going to take a long while for me. So yeah, I just kept going along and adding the little patterns. It was kind of fun in a way, I guess, but it took a really, really long time. And so my process for coloring in the cat is to just do some little like line shading on the places that would need shadows, and that's just how I'm coloring it in, and that's kind of like what Applemint did in her random wheel art supply video. So I guess I'm kind of copying her there, but I only did it once for the cat, so it's not really that much of a copy-ish thing. I don't think copy-ish is a word, but that's okay. And I colored in the coral completely because it's small, and for the seaweed, I am doing a little scale pattern. Some parts of it look a little bit weird, but most of it looks fine. So I'm just kind of coming up with as many weird patterns as I can to fill in the rest of the spaces. And yeah, I think the scale pattern I should have done for a bigger area because it looks kind of cool, but I like it for just the little seaweed. It might be kind of weird that two of the same objects have completely different patterns, but you know, it keeps it interesting. Now I am starting the extremely time-consuming process of putting little tiny dots on the rock behind. This was the point where after I did this, my hand was just kind of dying because there were so many little dots, and it goes by pretty quickly, and it's kind of satisfying in the speed. But just imagine filling up that whole space with just little tiny dots over and over again. I felt like I was sitting there forever just putting little dots in. Same thing with the sand, which you saw earlier. I was doing little triangles in there, like up and down in a pattern thing, and that took like a super long time, but the rock was obviously much bigger, so it took longer, and I guess in some ways the sand was a little harder because I had to make sure that the triangles, looked alright, but with the rock, I just had to put little dots. I do really like the way that it turned out, though. I feel like it looks pretty cool. Here is the finished picture that I did with the gel pens. I think that it is definitely very different from the pictures I normally do. As you can see, it's just like very pattern-y, especially with this big rock being back here. It takes up most of the space. It definitely isn't colored in all that much, but I do kind of like how it turned out. It's very different. So yeah, I think this was pretty much a win. Would it have looked better if I did it with marker? Yes, probably. But am I upset with how it came out? Not really, no. I especially like the eyes and the little stripes in it. I think that looks really cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next week with another gaming video. Bye-bye!